Hi everybody, and welcome to chair yoga. For today's practice, you only really need a chair. That's it. You're going to be sitting down the entire time. I would recommend a chair with a back, but really you can use any chair, maybe even your couch, the side of the bed. But a chair is probably going to be the most stable. It's something that's a little bit firmer on the bottom to support you. And chair yoga is great. It's mainly marketed towards senior citizens, and I think it's great for senior citizens, of course, but it's also really beneficial for a lot of other different people as well. This could be really nice for someone that's never done yoga before and just kind of wants to get the basics in a seated position, something comfortable and slow and easy before putting themselves into a flow class. These series of exercises could be really nice for someone that's dealing with injuries or just general mobility issues, right? People that have a hard time moving. And again, maybe very new to movement and breath. So we'll move through some exercises today. You can always watch this video again for your practice, or if something feels good to you, maybe take a few of those exercises and put them together on your own. Really take what you want and leave the rest. Before we get started, with yoga, breath and movement are important. So before we get started, I want you to really connect with your breath. So sitting up nice and tall and straight in your seat, you can have your feet together or maybe slightly apart, whatever is comfortable for you. Try not to slouch back too much and let your shoulders round, but really sit up nice and tall and straight. And if it's hard to sit away from the back of the chair, of course you can lean back, but just try to roll your shoulders back and let the crown of the head lift up to the sky. And closing your eyes, start to take some deeper breaths in and out of your nose. We'll find some cleansing breaths here. Let's take an inhale through the nose. And an open mouth exhale. Again, like that, deep breath in. And a big sigh out. Again, last one like this. Deepest breath yet. Really fill up your belly, feel your ribs expand, feel your lungs expand. Hold the breath for a moment at the top. And then again, release with a big sigh. Now with the lips sealed, continue that same breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. And just notice that the breath is a little bit more connected, a little bit more controlled. Try to keep this slow, steady breath moving as we move throughout our exercises today. Now you can keep your hands on your lap or maybe even grab the bottom of the chair, the sides of the chair to kind of feel yourself pull down as you sit up nice and tall and straight. And let's just begin to take some simple neck circles here. So we'll start to the right. Just roll your neck in one direction to the right. Going a few times. Noticing as your head turns to the side, you feel the opposite side of the neck stretch. When your head drops back, try not to drop it back too much, but maybe feel the throat get a stretch. And as your chin tucks towards your chest, you can feel the back of the neck get a stretch. Start to move the opposite way now. Go to the left. Still feeling out all those sides. The sides, the front, the back of the neck. Let your shoulders relax. And again, keep checking in with your breath. And then come back to center and release that. Maybe give your shoulders a little roll back here. Roll the shoulders back a few times. You can kind of scrunch them up towards your ears, like really exaggerate it. And roll them forward as well. Shoulder circles, as big as you want. And just feel them start to loosen up. And then find stillness in the shoulders. And just extend your right leg out just a little bit so the foot lifts up off the ground. So you can take some ankle circles here. So roll around the ankles. You might get a few pops or cracks, that's okay. Go in one direction and go the opposite direction. Just opening up the ankles. Pops and cracks, mine are very poppy and cracky. And then place your right foot back down to the ground, switch sides, left leg goes up. Find your circles, ankle circles, really flexing the foot and pointing the foot in those circles. Yeah. And then place your left foot back down. And then take a hold of your kneecaps here. And again, sit up nice and tall and straight. We're gonna take some seated cat-cows. So first is cow. Think of it as a heart opener, a little back bend. So pull on your knees and press your chest up to the sky as you roll your shoulders back and maybe even lift your gaze up to the ceiling. Think about widening across your collarbones. Take a deep breath in this cow. And then exhale, round your spine. Start to lean back, let your shoulders come forward. Pull your belly button towards your spine and tuck your chin to your chest. So you're really getting nice and round here for your cat. Let's do it twice with the breath. Inhaling for cow. Exhale for cat. One more time. Inhale, open up, lift the heart, the gaze. Exhale, round your spine for a seated cat. Good, let's just come back to neutral. You can pause the video and do a few more of those again, so you can do that at any time. We're just gonna do a few rounds of each pose just so you can get them familiar in your body. Let's reach the arms up to the sky now. Interlace your fingers up and over your head. And if you can't quite interlace the hands, no worries. Just take your hands as close together as they'll go with the palms facing in. But if you can't interlace them, make a fist over your head and pull your hands up on the breath in. And then exhale, start to side bend to the right. Now again, if this is too much, you can always drop that right hand down and kind of grab the side of the chair or even the seat of the chair and let yourself take a side bend as the left arm goes up and over to the right. Wherever you are is fine, but really feel the whole left side of your body lengthen as you press your left ribs out to the left. And then let's switch sides. Inhale, come back up to center. Maybe interlacing the hands and bringing them up and over to the left, or you can drop your right hand down anywhere that feels supportive. Sorry, your left hand down, and bring your right hand up and over a little bit more. Press the right rib cage to the right. Reach, 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 and stretch the skin along the right side of your body. Let's do it once with the breath. Inhale, arms come up. Exhale, side bend to the right. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, side bend left. Okay, let's do one more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to the right. Inhale, arms up. Exhale to the left. Again, hands can stay interlaced. Yeah, and then come back up to center and just take your hands to your lap. Shift forward a little bit on your chair, maybe coming to the very edge of the chair. This one's really creaky, sorry. So come to the edge of the chair. Let's take the arms up to the sky as you breathe in, and then exhale, cactus your arms. So bending your elbows out to the sides, thinking that same kind of feeling as cow pose. So lift your chest up and open up your chest here. Maybe lift the gaze to the sky, bringing your chin away from your chest, and feel like you're pulling your elbows apart, widening across the chest. Now you can stay here, or maybe reach for the back of your chair, and then start to pull yourself forward as you find a deeper back bend. Now you can stay like this. If it's accessible for you, maybe you interlace your hands behind your back, so it looks like this. You can always place a towel in between your hands, and that's gonna look like this. Towel in between the hands so that you can still open up the chest. So again, wherever you are is fine, maybe grabbing the back of the chair, putting a towel between your hands. Just open up your chest and find this back bend. Can you take 2 more breaths, really opening up your chest, roll your shoulders back, reach your arms back, last one here. And exhale to release. We'll ditch the towel for now. Okay, so come back a little bit back onto the chair, and we'll find some twists. So shift yourself so that you're facing the right. Go all the way to the right. Bring your feet over to the right side of your chair. And then you're going to take your hands to the back of your chair. And then use the hands on the chair to twist yourself even further to the right. Any amount is fine. Again, you're still sitting up nice and tall and straight. Again, maybe using the hands as you kind of feel like you're pulling the rib cage to the right to facilitate a deeper twist. Check in with that breath. Try not to crank your neck, but in turn try to think about twisting from your belly button, from your ribs. Rolling maybe that right shoulder back. One more breath in the seated twist. One more breath out. And then let go of the back of the chair. Slowly unwind yourself back so that you're facing towards the right. And then bring your legs to the front and switch sides. One of my favorites, seated twist. Feels so good. So again, you can do those as much as you want, and you can stay for as long as it feels good for you. But let's do the other side. Make sure your knees are to the left now, you're facing left. Grab the back of your chair and twist to the left. So one side might feel different than the other side. That's okay, right? One side might be tighter, and you're just noticing as you continue to breathe. Maybe using your breath, so with every exhale, can you try to go a little bit deeper? A little bit more twist. Keep pulling on the back of the chair. One more breath here. One more breath out. And then unwind, just kind of let the spine come back to neutral, and then we'll come back to center. Okay. So you'll take the right knee into your chest and pull it up. I like to interlace my hands on the shin to pull the right knee up. Now this might not be accessible for some of you, so again, let's grab our towel. Could probably take a larger towel than this little washcloth, but you can always have the knee here. So putting the towel just under the knee on the shin and pulling the knee up like that. That totally works. So you do you, figure out what works best for you. Just start to bring that right knee in. Sit up nice and tall and straight. Still breathing. One more breath. And then gently just release it down. I like to hold on to the bottom of the chair, the sides of the chair here for this next one. You're gonna think about extending your right leg forward. So kick your right heel forward and straighten the leg as much as you can. Really flex the foot and drive through the heel, breath in. And then exhale, just re-bend your knee, put the foot down. Just 2 more. Inhale, straighten your leg. Exhale, let it come down. Last one, use your breath. Inhale to straighten. Flex. Exhale, put the foot down. Yeah, still working with the right leg. Lean forward and grab your right ankle and place it on top of your left thigh. So it might be a little bit more difficult for you to get that right ankle on top of the left thigh. So whatever it takes for you to get it up there, get it up there. And we're gonna take a seated hip stretch here. So hopefully you feel it in the right hip. Again, sit up nice and tall and straight. This might be enough for you. If you want a little bit more stretch, if you feel like you want a little bit more, then you can take your hand to the right thigh and gently just kind of press it down, and you're rolling the inner thigh out. Just a little pressure there, finding this hip stretch. Breathing. One more here. One more out. Again, stay as long as you want. If you want to move on, let's just cross the right leg over the left leg, any amount, just like you're seated cross-legged in a chair. And then take your arms nice and wide and give yourself a hug with the right arm underneath the left arm. So this is a version of eagle pose. If you want to try coming into the full version of the pose, you can wrap your arms together. So you wrap like you're trying to touch the palms together, but it's really, really tight to get the arms together for most people. So I like to just hug myself, grab the shoulders. You can kind of pull the shoulders down and feel like you're squeezing your inner thighs together as you give yourself a hug. So there's a little compression here, right? Almost might feel like cutting off circulation, but the release is what we're looking for. So the release is where it feels nice and good. So find that compression now, squeeze everything together, but continue to breathe. Relax your shoulders. One more breath in this modified eagle pose. And then let's unwind. So release the arms, reach them up to the sky, and extend your right leg forward like we had it before. Kick through the heel. Exhale, bring your hands to your lap as you drop your right foot. We're gonna do all that on the left side. So interlacing your hands on the left shin and pulling the knee up, or you're grabbing for your towel and placing it on the shin as you pull the knee into your chest. Any amount. Continue to focus on your breath. One more here. Yeah. And then release that, let it go. Maybe grabbing for the bottom of the chair, for the sides of the chair, as we extend the left leg. Left leg extends, try to get it as straight as you can. Flex the foot, breath in. Exhale, release the foot back down. Two more. Inhale, the leg straightens. Exhale, foot comes down. Last one, inhale, lift it up, maybe a little bit straighter, a little bit higher than before. And then place the foot down. Good, you can bend down to maybe grab for that left ankle, pull it up and place it on just on top of that right thigh. It's near the knee, but it's still on the thigh. And then you're flexing your left foot, coming into the seated figure four. Call this figure four shape because it kind of looks like you're making a four. And then feel your hips. Again, notice what side is different. There's nothing wrong with one side being tighter than the other, but most people have a tighter side. For me, it's definitely the left side. So again, you might want a little bit more here, a little bit more opening. You can kind of gently press that left knee down and open. And just feel. This is a really good one to hold for a little bit longer. We tend to hold a lot of stuff in our hips, a lot of tension, a lot of feelings, and so really trying to hold so that we can release and let go. Notice if you're gripping or holding tension anywhere. Try to soften. One more breath. And then let's find our modified seated eagle. Let the left thigh wrapped over the right thigh, coming into this kind of just easy cross-legged seat as best you can. Reach your arms out to the sides, and then give yourself a hug with the left arm underneath the right arm. You might walk the fingertips back a little bit more, really giving yourself this nice hug. Give yourself a little love. Squeeze yourself, drop your shoulders. You can use the hands to kind of pull the shoulder blades down so that you're making space between the ears and the shoulders. And then we're finding compression here. So squeeze your legs together, the inner thighs together, the arms together, squeeze nice and tight. But can you find the breath even in this slightly constricted pose? One more here. All right, let's fly away. Arms up to the sky. Breath in. Extend your left leg straight, straight, straight. And then release your hands to your lap and put your left foot down. So staying with a little bit of a hip stretch, you're gonna widen your knees out to the sides now. So coming into what we call goddess pose in yoga. So notice that the toes are turned out, the heels are slightly turned in, and generally you want the ankle and the knee to be in the same line. You can kind of scooch yourself forward a little bit, really try to get your knees as wide as they'll go so that you find this inner thigh, outer hip stretch. You can take your hands to the inner knees, the inner thighs, and then you're pressing the hands out so that you're pressing the knees wide, belly in, sit up nice and tall and straight, and find this symmetrical hip opener. Again, might feel really nice to hold this for maybe 2 minutes, 3 minutes, continuing to breathe, letting your hips open. Choose to stay here, or maybe add a little bit of a twist. Keep your left hand where it is. It continues to press that left knee wide, and reach your right arm up to the sky. On the diagonal, like you're pulling your hands in opposite directions, roll the right shoulder back, and feel the rib cage move to the right. One more breath. And then come back to center, and we hop to the other side. Right hand stays where it is. Press the knee wide, reach your left arm up to the sky. Open up the arms and breathe. Pull your hands in opposite directions. Feel the rib cage turn and twist. One more breath. And then come back to center. And you can bring your knees in just to kind of release the hip stretch. Maybe pedal the feet out a little bit and let that go. So now we'll find a seated warrior two. So it's gonna start by bringing our legs over to the right like we had them before. Both legs over to the right. Now your right leg is gonna stay where it is. You're gonna start to extend your left leg back. I like to hold on to the chair here as I reach the left leg back. I also like to scoot back a little bit so most of the thigh is supported by the chair. Now you might not be able to straighten your left leg all the way, and that's okay. But do try to straighten it as best you can. Notice that the left toes are turned in a little bit so that you're rooting the outer left foot down. As best you can, try to find a shape that's similar to this. This is warrior two. And we're fully supported by the chair. You can open up your left shoulder and reach your left arm back and reach your right arm forward and look towards your right hand. This is warrior two. Warrior two. Can you continue to breathe here? feel like we had in Goddess where we were pushing the knee out to the side, even with the hand not there, can you feel the knee widen? And can you feel the left thigh press back a little bit? So find a little strength in those legs. Reach the arms wide, but relax the shoulders. Warrior two. And then we'll take a reverse warrior. So take your left hand down to the left leg. Anywhere that it lands is fine. And start to reach your right arm to the sky and maybe slightly up and over your head. Right bicep by the right ear, and feel this big side stretch all along the right side of your body. Reverse warrior. Take one more breath. And then come back up to your warrior two. Let's go the opposite way. This time, the elbow is going to come down to the top of the thigh. Or you might keep your right hand just planted on the chair for support. If this doesn't feel too supportive for you, it's too hard, then just keep your hand on the chair. Reach your left arm now up and over your head. And see if you can find a side stretch on the left side. This is called extended side angle. Extended side angle. Take one more breath. Reach from that left heel, pressing down to your left fingertips, reaching up and over the head. And then come back up to center. Yeah. You can take your hands down to the middle to kind of release that stretch. Bring your left leg in. Bring your right leg in. Come back to center for a moment. Shake it out if you need to. And we'll do the other side. So bring your legs over to the left. The left leg will stay where it is. I like to come a little bit further so I don't get caught up here. And then extend your right leg far back. Try to straighten the leg if you can. Rooting down through the outer right foot. The right toes are turned in. Maybe shifting back just slightly so that you really feel supported here. Sorry I didn't say on the other side, but your hands can always just stay on the seat of the chair. Your hands don't have to leave. If you want to feel more supported, this might work for you. Or reach your arms open. So again, the right shoulder now is open. It's reaching back. So it's almost like you can look forward, right? Your chest is facing forward, or I guess towards the camera, towards the screen. And just your gaze goes over that left hand. Warrior two. Again, letting the left knee go wide to the left. Press the right leg back as best you can. And relax your shoulders. Again, your leg might be here. It might not extend all the way. Totally, totally fine. Just be okay with your act, knowing that you're just moving how your body can move, right? There's no goal to a pose or right or wrong way to do it. Just continue breathing. That's really the most important part. Let's find that reverse warrior. Drop your right hand down to your right leg and then reach your left arm up and over your head. Maybe it's just up to the sky and you can reach it up, 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 or maybe bring the left bicep closer to the left ear as you pull back slightly and then feel your left side body get a really nice stretch. Are you breathing? Take one more breath in. And then come back up to your warrior two. Extended side angle. Drop the left hand down, the left elbow down, just to the thigh, like you're supporting yourself here. Or you can stay a little bit more upright and grab the chair, whatever works for you. Reach the right arm now up and over your head. Like you're trying to lengthen the leg and the hand in opposite directions. So feel them pull apart. Feel your right ribs press up to the ceiling as you find your side stretch here. One more breath. And then come back upright to your warrior two. And then the hands can come down to the seat as you bring your right leg in, bring your left leg in, and give them a little shake. If you want to come back to extending those legs, shake it out, roll the shoulders, the head, whatever feels good. All right, we're gonna end with a forward fold, one of my favorite things to do in yoga. So come to a seat, again, not leaning back, so lean forward slightly. Lift the crown of the head up to the sky and make sure the feet are about hips distance. And then I like to keep my hands on my legs just for support as you slowly start to round your shoulders forward. So again, like that cat pose, chin tucked to chest, lean back a little bit as you round. And then let your hands slide all the way down your legs, and you're coming forward as much as you can, right? Again, it might just be a little bit for you, just this kind of rounding motion, totally fine. Maybe you come all the way down and your hands can touch the ground, your belly can rest on your thighs, your chin can tuck to the chest, and you're just hanging. Really just kind of let your body weight bring you into the stretch. Can you hang your head heavy like a bowling ball? Really let it just go. You might shake it, yes and no. You can stay in this forward fold for as long as you want. Or maybe let's find a little twist in the forward fold. So leave your left hand down. You might even bring it to the left foot or the left ankle. I like to leave my fingertips on the ground outside of the left foot. And reach your right arm up to the sky as you twist up. Again, if this is too much for you and you're up a little bit more, just lay that left arm across your lap and find your twist. This could be just as good, or maybe you're down here in the forward fold with a twist. Can your right arm reach up a little bit more, slightly leaning back? Take one more full breath in. And then gently come back to your forward fold. Let the arms hang, let the chin come to the chest, the head hangs heavy, the shoulders round forward. Other side, right hand stays down, left arm goes up for your twist in the fold. If that feels too much, you can grab a hold of the leg, you can lay your right arm across your lap as you find your twist. Whatever is going to feel best for you. Let's take one more breath. Keep reaching the left arm high. And then let it come back down to your forward fold again. Get super heavy, just hang the head and connect with your breath. And then really slowly, let your head continue to be heavy, but start to round back up to a seat. Go so slow, slow motion, almost reluctantly, as you come all the way back up to your seat. Once you're up there, pull your shoulders back, lift the chin away from the chest. Let's reach the arms up to the sky. Think about getting taller. Maybe you bring your palms together to touch. And then exhale, bring your hands together at your heart center. We'll finish off this sequence with a cleansing breath, that same kind of breath that we took at the beginning of class. So take a deep breath in through your nose. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Bow your chin to your heart, and we bow in gratitude to our bodies, our breath, and our practice. Thanks so much for being here with me today. Namaste.